Why is that?
You're not allowed to take photos in my store.
Oh, well, now they've asked me, I won't.
Okay, thank you.
Been shopping here for 30 years, man. You're not going to bounce me from the store for taking pictures. You're going to get yourself in a lot of hot water if you think you're going to do that.
I just can't have you take photos.
I'm a member of the
store.
press. I have press credentials. It's a First Amendment protected activity. I have every right in the world to take pictures, but now that you've asked me, I'll stop. But don't go to throwing me out of the store. That's not going to work out good for you.
Okay.
I don't want you to get in trouble.
I meant to say, please do not return this.
No, and I respect that, man. I understand. Well, you know who that was, right?
Who?
That was Alan Alda.
Oh,
and I'm on an assignment, and I'm actually working and doing the job. Who are you?
If you take a picture of me, it's gonna not be good.
Who are you?
I'm the store security.
All right. Well, you need to identify yourself. Listen to me. You should identify yourself when you walk up to somebody.
Are you recording me?
You just walked up to me, some guy I have no idea, telling me what to do. I'm a 50-year-old man. I don't need you to tell me what to do.
Are you recording me?
Right now I am for my own protection.
Please
that's
stop
all.
recording me.
Who are you? Show me some credentials. Who are you? Call the police. Who are you? You can't just walk up to somebody and tell me what to do. You're another man. Who are you? Show me some credentials and I'll listen to what you're telling me. Well, prove it.
Please stop.
You got credentials. I will stop recording and I will leave the store. You show me some credentials.
There's my credentials.
What is that? What is that?
I don't need to show you my name or any information. That's my credentials for the store right here. Okay?
Where does it say anything to do with Kmart?
That's my credentials.
That doesn't say Kmart anything.
It doesn't need to say Kmart.
Let's go up to the front and verify that you work here. I don't know who you are.
I'm the store security, sir, and I'm telling you to stop recording me.
You're not identifying yourself. What's your name and badge number?
My name is Glenn.
Glenn what?
I don't need to.
What's
give
your
you that
badge number?
sir.
What's your badge number? What company do you work for?
I work for Sears and Kmart.
You work for Sears and Kmart.
You're
so
recording me, and it's going to be
I
trouble.
am. No, it's not going to be trouble.
Okay.
How's it going to be trouble? You just walked up with it and you're failing to identify yourself, giving me instructions of what I'm supposed to do with myself. So I would appreciate if you would just leave me alone.
Sir, take that recording off your phone.
Yeah, you'd have a good time with that.
He's recording me. And
Yep.
He's refusing to remove the recording from his phone. I identified myself as the security officer of the store.
No, he did not.
And he's taking pictures in the store. 646.
As I'm walking out of the store, make sure you mention that to them too, that I'm leaving.
4050. He's mentioned that he's leaving now.
Now that you've asked, now that you've asked me to. Let's keep the story
I'm not going to give that
straight.
information while this customer's recording me. At the front. Thank you.
Good. We'll see what they have to say. You'll get a little education today on how the law works. You should know what you're saying before you say things. And if you touch my camera, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Bob, he's recording me, and I want him...
This man just walked up to me refuses to identify himself, giving me orders like he's in some official capacity. I have no idea who he is. I asked him to show me identification. He doesn't have any. And I even said to you, if you show me your identification, show me that you're in a position of authority, I will leave. That's not what you did. You had your thumb over the whole thing.
You don't need to see my name on there or anything.
You have to identify. If you're acting in an official capacity as a security officer, you need to identify yourself. You can't just walk up to somebody and give somebody orders.
We asked you.
And it was off.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
And it was off. Well, that's it.
Okay.
You're a very reasonable gentleman, and I appreciate that.
I mean,
this guy should identify himself when he walks up to people in the official capacity of a security officer. Okay, you need to identify yourself. No, you did not.
Before you started
all I know
me,
is your name is Glenn.
Before
which could be made up.
Recording me, I did.
No, you
I'm
did.
The security officer, I need you to put the camera away.
I could say I could say I'm President Trump.
You said you were showing your son.
Okay, you need to identify yourself. You have no badge. You have nothing that is.
I don't need a badge.
My camera was like this, and I was looking at it was aimed at the floor, showing my son pictures on the back of the screen. Are you okay with that, sir?
I'm okay with that. Listen to me. You can't take pictures in the store.
I understand, and I wasn't until this guy approached me and would refuse to identify himself. Otherwise, I was not taking any pictures. I'm a man of my word, and I told you I wouldn't.
Okay. All right. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you, sir. And what's your name? Robert. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate your help. Glenn, identify yourself from now on. You'll have a much better time.
I did.
Okay? Thank you. I've been shopping in this store for 30 years. Okay? And I legitimately came here today with my son and my wife because our intention is to buy a few little stocking stuffers for Christmas. Okay? Alan Alda gets out of his car when I park and walks into the store. I am a member of the press. I have press credentials. Okay? This is what I do for a living. This is my job. So I went inside the store, saw what he was doing, and when he was coming back out, I went. Yes, I can show you the pictures on my phone. So he walks out of the store, took some pictures of him. That one of the managers comes out with that guy, says to me, no taking pictures in the store. I said I wasn't taking any pictures in the store. It's Alan Alda, this, and I explained to him exactly what I was doing. And I said, I will put my lens cap back on, I will shut the camera off, and I will not take any. I spoke to a manager named Robert. He was a very nice guy, a true gentleman. He told me he was fine with this. So I said, I'll put the lens cap on, I'll turn the camera off, and I'll finish my shopping. They said, okay, no problem, just don't take any more pictures. So what we're doing is like a little thing where my son's buying $40. I gave him $40, my wife's got $40, I have $40. We're each buying some stocking stuffers for each other. We're trying not to see what each other are doing. So I ran into him in one of the aisles. I said, oh, you didn't get anything yet? He says, no. So I said, look at this, I got some pictures of him outside. So I'm showing him the pictures of Alan Alda. And then this guy walks up and says, what are you doing taking pictures in the store again? I said, I'm not. I'm showing my son the pictures I took out in the parking lot. And by the way, who are you? He says, I'm somebody you need to tell. What? No, he didn't say that at first. He just said, it doesn't matter who I am. You have to get out of the store with your camera. You know, I said, whoa, you're in plain clothes. You have no. I said, show me some identification. This is all on tape, because at that point I started videotaping for my own security.
Delete that though.
No, I'm absolutely not going to delete it.
You're gonna delete that though. No, I'm absolutely not gonna delete it.
So then I said to him, you show me some sort of identification that gives you the authority to ask me to leave the store, and I will leave the store immediately. But if you're not going to show me any identification, I don't know who you are. I don't just listen to any random person that walks up. So I said, show me your ID. Hold this. I'm just going to reach for my wallet so I can show you what he did. Okay? He whips out his thing, he goes like this with his thumb over the whole thing, goes, there's my ID. I said, if you're going to come up to me in your official capacity as a security officer, you need to identify yourself, and I want a name and badge. And if you're refusing to give it to me, then you have no authority, and I'm not listening to a word you say. And that's where this conversation went. That was the end of it. And then I spoke to Robert, who was one of the managers inside. He was speaking to gentlemen.
Did you explain that?
I did. Robert shook my hand. He's a very nice guy. And I said to him, Robert, since you've been so polite, so nice about everything, I'm going to walk outside and I'm going to put my camera in the car, and then I'll come back in and finish my shopping. He said, beautiful. So when you walked up, I was walking my car, and he's still following me around. I don't even know who this guy is. You know? So that's what happened. That's the whole story.
You have your license on you, just like grab your name and
What would I need my license for?
I'm going to start this dance. Because you're involved in this.
Did I break a law?
Absolutely not.
So then why would I need to give you my
I
license?
have to write a report.
New York CPL 140.50 says I don't have to present my license unless I'm being lawfully detained. Am I being detained? Am I being detained right now?
No, not at all.
Have a nice day, sir. I'm gonna go put this camera in my car, and I'm gonna go.
I listened to you rant and rave about what happened.
I'm not ranting and raving. I'm explaining myself to you, which I probably didn't even need.
Now will you let me explain myself to you?
You already did. What is there to explain?
I didn't
Is this a
explain anything.
consensual
I
conversation, or am I being detained?
I listened to
Is this a consensual conversation, or am I being detained? That's all I'm asking you. I know my rights. I know my rights. I know the law. This is what I do for a living. I've spent 30 years working as a professional photographer. I know the law on photography and identification better than you do, sir, with all due respect.
I'm asking you.
I don't really want to be involved in this conversation, so what I'm asking you is this: am I being detained?
Can I speak to you?
Am I being detained?
We're not allowed to speak.
We are if I choose to speak to you.
Everything I do.
Sir, I'm going to ask you one more time if I'm being detained. If I'm not being detained, I'm going to walk away. Have a nice day.